All right, you guys, welcome to our final day evening session of masks. We're going to get right on into it, and we're going to go ahead and do a quick recap. So last time on masks, what happened, you guys? What do we remember? Or what do you guys clearly remember, especially for your character? What happened that was maybe unique, or what's going on? Where are you?
See here. Yeah. So building a rapport with Cynthia, and we questioned her a little bit, trying to get some information. That's kind of, I mean, I don't want to go to the very end, but yeah, so basically did that, which led to the ultimate of getting to a warehouse, but I'll let the other people talk first.
Mhm.
I just remember the very end and the warehouse part. Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
I think
Leading up to the warehouse, you
leading up to the
questioned
warehouse.
Cynthia.
Was that
you
last?
questioned Cynthia
Was
at
that
the
last
pool?
session?
That was, yeah,
Yeah,
that
the
was
pool
last
was
session.
last session. or
Yeah.
it
Pool
feels
was
like
last
two
session. We did a
sessions
lot
ago.
in that session.
We
So
did.
you talked to Cynthia, you got her on your guys' side. You kind of she teamed up with you guys. You're back at school. Her dad gets abducted by who we believe is the Tiger's Claw. Let's see here. We had let's see here. We had Alina have a little session and a nice little with the counselor. And
I don't trust them.
we had Keiko kind of go a little off the deep end with Alina, like you guys kind of fighting over the mask a bit.
Yeah.
Keiko's
had to
walking
get
on a
covered
razor's
up.
blade's edge, man.
Yeah,
Yep.
she's been something. Kat has been a little pulled with some of her extracurriculars. Her work activities are pulling at her, and thankfully her parents work where she works as well, so it's kind of played coverage for her. And yeah, so all of this kind of led to yes, always there's always a rat. Yes. And we find ourselves at the warehouse where who jumped in?
The Tiger's Claw.
The Tiger's Claw. All right. So we're going to start kind of right from there. And actually we're going to, because we're starting a new session, we open with the start of session move, which here is, I am putting in one team into the bucket. And yeah, so that is now officially the start of session. So we're going to begin. We're actually going to be taken back. And so if we imagine this, the first page, it's going to say the day after the museum heist. So if we remember, the archaeologist tried to steal some stuff at the museum trip that you guys were at. The principal had kind of gone away to find an item, and that item happened to be the mask that ended up being in her office. Yeah, so this is the day after the museum heist, and we see Rebecca Mace's office, which you guys are well familiar with, having been there just a time ago. You know, it looks different now. It looks clean, looks how it was before, if you guys ever were to go in there. I think some characters may have more of an idea of what the principal's office looks like, Alina, and then others. So anyway, so we start there. She has her nice kind of oak desk in the center with a nice office black chair and the bookshelf, which we now know that behind those books is a small vault that the mask was hidden in. And we have a panel of her approaching the bookcase and moving books down from the bookshelf to reveal the small vault which was intact now before Cynthia had broken. And Miss Rebecca Mace opens the vault and pulls out the mask, and she walks over to her desk with it, sets it down and inspects it. And there's no glow of color. It's just it seems to be an ordinary mask. She reaches for her cell phone and she dials a number, and it rings. And someone answers. you know, that same kind of breathing, kind of creeperish sound that you guys heard when Cynthia got a call in the pool. And Miss Rebecca May says, I have the item as you requested. Good. Leave it in the office. I will arrange transportation. Very well. So she heads back to the vault and places the mask in there. And before she can shut the vault door, her office door knocks and abruptly opens, and we see Mr. Julian Gonzalez walking in, and that's the school counselor. And he abruptly says, Miss Mace, can you take a look at these Zoe? And who Rebecca Mace turns around abruptly. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I catch you at a bad time? No, she's blocking the vault kind of nonchalantly. No, everything's fine. I just all good. I just caught me in the middle of a thought. Oh, I can come back later. If you don't mind, just give me 5 minutes. I'll meet you in your office. And so we get a close-up of the vault at this point now, and it's glowing this little bit of red at this point. And we see a little text on there that goes, that's of Mr. Gonzalez just saying, okay, Rebecca, I'll see you in a few. And then another pane then kind of like a ... and the glow has suddenly gone away. And then we go to another pane, and it's Rebecca then turning around to the vault to get it ready to shut. And she had no idea that it had glowed at all. So seemed like someone entering the room may have awakened, or maybe kind of had a little bit of a bond with this mask. Next page, we flip the page over now, and we see a severely demoed office of Miss Mace. This is like the next morning of Cynthia and you guys in your first altercation with her. And Miss Mace is just standing in the rubble, and her cell phone rings, and it says restricted. So she answers it. I don't think your arranged transport was as successful as you thought. And the voice on the other line only responds, it worked out exactly as planned. As promised, your brother is no longer of a concern of mine. I look forward to working with you in the future, Miss Mace. And we hear the click of the phone, and then we see another pane of a photograph of a picture frame that's cracked open. It must have fallen off in the skirmish of you guys. And it's a photo of Miss Rebecca Mace and her brother. Yeah. So anyway.
It's her brother from India and wearing guy liner.
No,
Okay.
he is, I was gonna say, you know, what I guess, what would kind of give, you know, and I'll just kind of pose this maybe as, I'll pose this to let's see, we'll go with Alina. How would we know, what would make something obvious that these two, the principal and her brother, are close? Like, what would make it very obvious that the tiger's claw would go after her brother? If there's something in the photo that would show that their relationship is
that they like each other, kind of a thing, or that
they're a deep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the photo is him standing next to the house that she's in, like in like a construction gear or something like that, with like a thumbs up, like clearly he's helped like build her house, kind of a thing. And so
okay, yeah,
and they're tight, so it's and it's also like a slightly candid one, so they take photos besides just standing next to each other and posing.
Yeah. So the tiger's claw kind of goes after family, it seems like, and loved ones. So now we flip the page again, and we have kind of this like almost a half page of a wide shot, kind of from a downward angle going up, and we see this dingy old warehouse like we had described yesterday, where there's machinery around. We had rats who had gone around and kind of scoped out the place, finding that machinery is still working and whatnot. And so we see the backs in this photo of this panel of let's see here, of Oni, Night Fox, and Cynthia on the ground. And so because it's a downward angle, or an upward angle from the ground, we also see on the rooftop, we see the faces, or kind of the bodies kind of in the shadow a little bit, of Drowned Rat and Super Rick from the ceiling. And standing on the ground in front of all of our heroes is the Tiger's Claw. Now, Drowned Rat and Super Rick, you guys are kind of above everything. So right now you guys have a really good view of kind of the whole entire picture at this point. And Super Rick, you actually spot something that surprises you that it's there. What do you see that's in the factory, the abandoned warehouse factory, that kind of is out of the ordinary? It just is like, huh, that's weird that that's there.
Like exploding canisters. I don't know.
So we have some like warning labeled canisters that say explosion or something.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So some still hazardous material.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Like
yep.
combustible,
It wouldn't be
combustible material.
Yes.
There is no OSHA in Halcyon City.
Especially when a warehouse is closed down. It's a free for all. All right. So again, we kind of take off right here where we left off immediately in the last session, where the Tiger's Claw just announces, Cynthia, instead of bringing me just one mask, you bring me all three.
Did we bring it with us?
What are you guys?
Is it in?
What are you guys doing? Yeah, did you guys
we
bring the mask?
I didn't think we did. Did we? No, it was
Ooh.
hide. It was hide.
I brought my mask.
Well, I mean our masks, yeah, but I'm trying to remember where we left the other one.
Oh yeah, we never discussed that. I think we better have a,
we need to
a
have
flashback.
do we need to
scene.
have maybe a
wait,
back
wait.
scene, a flashback?
Cynthia took it to our house because we were debating about how to protect her.
No, I
Yep,
think we
so-
would have brought it with us because we have to be able to show it to Tiger's Claw.
Oh,
He's
that's
not such a
right.
dum-dum that he's gonna make a possible exchange without seeing the goods first.
We were gonna see who it resonated with, and we were gonna see if
Oh, that
it
too.
glowed in his presence.
That too, yeah, that too.
I think Alina would just kind of step up and be like, yeah, well, it's nothing if the mask doesn't like you, and at least 2 of these are already spoken for. Okay, so cool your jets.
Oh, but I see that your understanding of these masks is surface leveled.
She's just ready to go. I'll surface level you. He's like fully ready to yeah, but she'll just like but won't like leap out at him given if anybody else has like questions or something. Although actually yeah, I think I'll call out like, what do you want with it anyway? And I want to pierce the mask.
Ooh.
Okay. So when we pierce the mask again, is to see the person beneath. You're gonna roll plus mundane. On a 10 plus, ask 3 questions. On a 7 to 9, ask 1.
Woo. Yeah, and I have a +2 mundane, and that's gonna be a 5.
Oh!
Ooh, I'm
Shoot.
just too
Oh.
mad to
Oh
what
man,
happens when we
well,
fail that again?
that was such a good attempt. So good job at least. And you can mark a potential. By the way,
Thank you.
while we're marking potential, I know that there was maybe some leveling up going on. from the last session. So if you hadn't done that, please, you know, level up on your own and whatnot. And if you have any questions on that, let us know.
And I can level up.
One more roll and you'll make it. Okay, so repeat your question again.
I think she opened with like, what do you want with it anyway? Which would probably fall under the like, what are you really planning?
Yeah.
But that fail.
And I would
really
say that it's, you know, you just kind of
open for you.
in that moment, you kind of hesitated, maybe like a little shakiness. And he's gonna fire back with well, why don't you come and find out?
I think that
You know, I could always use talent working for me. And it seems the mask has bonded slightly, but you're only scratching your potential. I can show you more.
really, yeah, is Super Rick like making gesticulations? I mean,
No, I'm outside, so I'm technically
you're
not hearing or
Yeah.
seeing any of this.
I think
Yep.
I think that I think I want to walk closer at somewhat like hesitatingly, but like with kind of my mask. I think I'm gonna take my mask off and have it in my hands, and like I think it's still like glowing, and I'll be like, so you really know what to do with these? You think you could show me? And I think I want to get close to him and maybe even reach the mask out a little bit. And I want to do an "are you watching closely?" and do this to mislead him into thinking that I am actually doing this so that I can get close enough to like, you know, I don't know, like attack him.
Okay. So when you mislead, distract, or trick someone, you're gonna roll plus superior. On a hit, they're fooled, at least for a moment, and on a 10 plus, choose 3.
All right. Do I switch a dice for this one?
Hey, you level up if you miss.
Hey, that's true. Okay. Oh, this is with superior now. Oh, please don't. Oh, I'm just flat. Okay. Okay, good. That's still an 8 though.
Okay.
Ooh.
So on an 8, which is a hit, then you choose 2. You get an opportunity and you expose a weakness or flaw. You confuse them with for some time, or you avoid further entanglement.
I would love to expose a weakness or flaw, whether that's like something in his powers or something like that. And I would love to get an opportunity, like even if that means I'm embroiled in something, maybe that's something that it's an opportunity for somebody else even, or just like an opening of some kind.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, so as you get closer, you have a better look at him. So you've actually like gone up, up towards him. And you were saying that you were holding out your mask. Are you also holding out the other mask too? Or is that one still, who has, let's really quick maybe share who has this mask. Maybe would Cynthia have that mask still?
Yeah, do you think somebody had it in a bag, and I think Cynthia probably still has it in the bag. I don't know if we took it out yet. But I'm fine having, like, if I grabbed it out, if I'm holding it out. I meant to ask, I would have asked Cisco, but I think everyone was like, we don't even know where the mask is when we find it. But you remember, were you out? So you're outside, Super Rick. So is Cynthia outside with you still?
So nope. So Cynthia, Keiko, and you are on the ground.
Ooh, okay.
And Super Rick and Drowned Rat are above by like an open window. I kind of envision that's kind of like a sunroof that like can open up. That's how I kind of see that as. And so you guys
Okay.
are peering in, watching all of this happen. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't mind having grabbed the other mask out,
Okay.
be holding that
Yeah, and I think
one.
Cynthia would hesitantly give that to you. So as you approach closer, you see that he has this jewel that that is on his kind of the breastplate of his uniform, and it seems to be kind of a source of power for him. And how do you know, as you're approaching Alina, that that would be maybe a source of power for this character? Like, what about it?
I think that I see it swirling, like with something, not with any particular color yet, but there's something swirling inside the gem that reminds me of the mask's like kind of glow that we see.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. And so this is, and just to kind of answer the question then, because that was a move that you hit, you exposed a weakness or flaw, that would be a flaw or a weakness, or a kind of a flaw to the, that's kind of where his power is. And then your other thing was to
get an opportunity, or
get an opportunity,
or create an opportunity. Like I know in the danger move, it's like create an opportunity for your allies. So whether it's an opportunity for me or somebody else is fine with me.
What would you like to, I guess, see it as an opportunity? Like what is your character's goal, I guess, in all this? Why are you approaching, and what do you want to?
I would love to have him like reach out to take the mask and have it like vanish because I've illusioned it, but he's off balance. And if it needs to be the real mask for like other things, because it was only a partial success, then I would just love to, like, with one hand handing out the mask, take the other hand and shoot out like one of my light katanas and like get a lunge in at his legs so that he's off balance.
Okay. So I think we need to decide, first of all, if this is going to be because did you grab the bag from Cynthia?
Yeah.
Are you pulling out the real one, or are you pulling out a fictitious one?
I feel like she would pull out a fictitious one because it'd be really dangerous to get that close with the real one.
Yeah.
But that oh, we didn't do our pose yet. But yeah, if it needs to be the real one for a GM move, that's like that's totally fine. If that's too much for the fiction, like or too much for the move.
Let's say we're working with the real one, and the reason why, let me see what your thoughts are on this, because in the last roll that you did, when you tried to pierce the mask, you were a bit shaky, so you're still kind of like and you don't feel as maybe confident to pull out a move like that. And so you're trying to get him, you're trying, I don't know, bait and switch kind of thing. Like, here's the bait. Let's see if we can get him.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
I will just assume that we're close enough and kind of like try and swipe at him with my like little katana move to trip him up, because I was overconfident and I'm like, I'll be able to get this mask away from him before he grabs it.
Yeah. So you bring both masks, because you took yours off, right? And you have both masks going in front of him. I'm not sure how you're going to be able to whip a katan as well. I don't know if you have the ability to do 3 arms.
I figured I was just gonna take the one mask but I can be holding both of them with one.
Gotcha.
Like have that and just kind of like like and then
okay. So as you approach, he approaches, and he's going to reach for it, and as he's reaching for it, both masks that are present begin to glow. and they almost in a pattern. And Super Rick and Drowned Rat, you guys see this from above, but something else that you guys hear while this is all happening, you guys hear the sound of an oncoming vehicle. And so we suddenly pan over and there's this just this random vehicle coming out. And inside the vehicle is friends of Cat, it's Benjamin Wong and Jake Willard. They've come out to this abandoned factory thinking we're going to take some awesome photos for some social media posts and just have a ball. Like, they're kind of out having fun tonight, just the two of them. And they thought they scoped out, this spot and, because they really wanted some killer shots. Drowned Rat, how do you know
That, do you mean they want
that-
to do photography and drink, underage drinking?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't say anything about drinking. They're just doing,
Hey,
they're doing photos, they're having
this-
fun.
you said that we're having awesome shots. I'm just saying.
Awesome shots,
Gotcha. All right.
photography shots.
Gotcha.
And so Drowned Rat / Cat, how do you know that? I mean, you spot, I feel like you can spot this vehicle as you see it approach and you identify it as Benjamin's, who also knows that you're Drowned Rat, that Cat is Drowned Rat. He's one of your people that knows you. How do you know that that's his vehicle?
He's it's a he's got a he's got a like an early 2000s minivan, and he's tried to spruce it up a little bit, and it's got like flames and stuff on it, but it's not like, it's like a minivan, like a town and country type of minivan. So it's not even, one of those old Chevy ones where people, you'd see the flames. It's like it's just like a regular standard family minivan, but he's tried to like cool it up in a high school way. So it's got like flames and stuff on it. And it's kind of loud.
So
There's some holes in the muffler, so it's kind of got a distinct tone when it's driving around.
So you identify that this is some of your good friends that are approaching. What do you do?
I am going to all of a sudden they're driving. Is it night? Is it like dusk? What's the?
Yeah, I would say it's night, duskish, like you guys
Okay.
picked an abandoned warehouse at night, dusk. Yeah, I would say it's nighttime. But like with it being like we're in the city, there's a lot of like city lights going on, so it's not like it's pitch black around. We're in kind of the warehouse district. There's a lot of fluorescent bright lights everywhere.
So as they start to drive up, and Kat looks over and sees it and recognizes the vehicle, Super Rick just hears her go, oh, shit, and then it goes to the van, and all of a sudden this you see this swarm of rats just pool in the headlight in like the front where the headlights, and then of course like, oh crap, that'd cause anybody to just stop, and then you see one of the rats run up and it jumps up on the tire and crawls up in front of the windshield in front of the driver, and it waves its hands. It goes like this, and then just runs off, and then the rats scatter back towards the warehouse.
Okay, I think we're gonna say that's gonna do a move. That's going to do the where is it? Why isn't it there? Unleash your powers. Sorry, it's right there. Because you're on top of a roof and you're in a larger space and you're kind of under pressure a little bit, and the fact that your best friend just appeared out of nowhere here at the worst time possible. I think that it's going to use it's going to use more effort to get the connection to the rats to do this. So go ahead and unleash your powers by overcoming an obstacle, reshaping your environment, or extending your senses, which I feel like you're doing. You're extending that outward pretty far. So you're going to roll plus freak.
Just a second here.
Cat, I hope you're pretty freaky.
Actually, none of us are very freaky right now.
Indeed. I'll take things not to say without context for 500 hours.
We're so not freaky. You pretty
I'm
much
going to use the my once a day thing or whatever, and switch my mundane with my freak because of my mask.
Nice.
Sure. Okay.
Give myself a little boost here. 9.
9. All right. So on a 9, 7 to 9, mark a condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Couple things. James could help him out, right? Is he not nearby?
James is nearby.
Yes.
Also, did we?
Is that something that and just to kind of clarify for my own sake, for unleashing your powers when we're not activated as a team, for assists like that, is that doable would he have to then roll the
Well, I have a power that says, I have a move that says basically when you help a teammate, you can spend 2 out of the team pool to add 2 to their roll. But your unleash your powers doesn't say anything above a 7 to 9.
Unleash your powers says, or extend your senses, roll freak. On a hit, you do it. On a 7 to 9, mark a condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
So you could use a team from the pool as long as you could justify it in the fiction. So if you're trying to unleash your powers by extending your senses, it might be something like, hey, I'm gonna send out my rats, help me keep it a lookout. What do your elf eyes see? Super Rick.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's helping.
Or maybe even doing doing an arrow yourself to.
Oh yeah, maybe you have
to maybe help with a distraction to get them to stop or something. I don't know.
There you go.
So then I don't know if you wanted Drown Rat to finish his move. But I would, yes, because I was thinking, could I use an arrow? So technically, directly engage the threat, but the threat. See, I want to shoot a barrel, but not too near them. That's going to hurt them. But something that definitely, rock the place.
To clarify, them meaning the approaching car, or do you mean the tiger's claw?
Tiger's claw.
Tiger's claw. Okay, so let's focus on really again with what Cat and Drown Rat are doing right now, which is to prevent their friend from, or they're trying to communicate to Benjamin who knows that Cat is Drowned Rat and what her powers are, that she's around. And he and she rolled a 9. So at this point, if you'd like to assist her somehow in that, which I don't know necessarily if you have to. I think that being the fact that you did a 9,
how
he
does
could-
the team pool work? Can you just use a +1 out of the team pool, or how does that?
I'll defer to Cisco and Danny to answer that one. My understanding is that team pool is used when you're a team and when you've activated the team pool, you know. That's my initial thought. I guess I'm not as, you know, again, this is my first time GMing,
We
but
can do that in all the way that the games I've been in have always been a little looser. Like you can use a point from the team pool, but you can't generate team unless you're using, like, when you have a move, you can add a team to the pool. That's always when you're in a battle, or usually like that's
Sure.
kind of when you check in with everyone. It's like, all right, so we get together, and then you get so many points of team based on answering the questions when you go into battle against a dangerous foe. Which is always the question that we ask then, but it's totally up to if you want to just like use it in combat too. That makes sense. But wouldn't we count in as going into battle against a dangerous foe now? We could maybe
have we gone into battle yet?
I
Well,
think
guess
I kind of was taken at this point that you guys aren't quite in battle, that you guys are here for a swap. So
Okay,
I haven't
so-
really seen it as a battle quite yet,
So-
but
I can help Drown Rat then. Because I can instead do a pull off. So I have a drive, and the drive is
Mhm.
pull off a ridiculous stunt.
what do you
So
want to do?
the I don't know, like, so what happened after the rat waved its arms? Did that do anything?
Well, so, and that's the thing. So yes, so as far as, well, and it depends, I guess, on what Drowned Rat would like. If she would prefer a, because again, you can either mark a condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary. So it still happens. So if you mark a condition, it still happens. Just you mark a
Mhm.
condition, or I tell you how that effect is unstable or temporary. So it's not going to last or be very strong. So it kind of depends on what Drowned Rat would like to do.
I will just take a condition.
Okay.
I'll take afraid, just because now I'm worried
Okay.
about my friends getting involved with
Yeah,
all this crap.
definitely. Yep. Okay. So your powers flowed through you. All the rats kind of got up on the steering, on the car, like kind of got up in there, and it's moving really slow. So it's not like they're at risk of, like, you know, because this is maintenance area, you know, it's run down. They're not like going 50 miles per hour here. And they get on and block the lights, like turn black. So he like goes to a screeching halt. And the little rat kind of crawls up on the windshield, you know, and Benjamin's like realized, like, oh crap. And I'm trying to think of the name of the other guy. It's Jake, I believe. Yes, Jake is like, oh my gosh, like just freaking out, like there's a rat. So he's like, calm down, man. I have an idea. So he reaches behind him and grabs his camera. He's like, we're gonna go get some really good pictures. Let's go. And so they're ignoring your warning. They're basically, he knows that you're around. He knows that there's danger going on. I'm gonna settle down. Okay. And that he wants to take some good pictures of something. So they've stopped the vehicle, they turned it off, and they both get out, and they're approaching now on foot. And very sneakily, stealthy. And Jake's like, what's going on? And he's like, come on, I think something's going down here. And yeah, and so they're approaching the vehicle. We're gonna jump back to we'll jump to Super Rick now. Super Rick, you have Drown Rat you see is clearly distracted by the approaching cart, which you've seen as well. You have Tiger's Claw, who's around as well. Anything you want to do, or do you want to still kind of let things play out? What is Super Rick doing?
Okay, so as I'm looking inside now, where is everybody kind of placed at? Like, is Tiger's Claw kind of in one group area? Is our team kind of another area, like kind of grouped, or they're all kind of next to each other?
So I would say that from where you are, Tiger's Claw is, generally underneath you in a ways. Cynthia and Keiko are further from you, closer to the entrance.
Okay.
And okay, I guess I'm really being loud, so I'm gonna be really quiet now, you guys. I hope that. Can you guys still hear me? Okay. All right. Well, I am in the living room, and so I have 3 bedrooms right behind me. So I will do my best to
go downstairs.
Quiet. I don't have a massive TV right here,
literally
and
have
my
a
basement is
for
under
this.
construction.
That,
I know, but my basement is under construction.
The basement under construction is a big deal.
The
But I don't
basement is
have a
under
big
construction.
TV for me to GM is such a first world problem.
Such a great spot. Okay, so then closer to Tiger Claw, but further away from Keiko and Cynthia is Alina. And so that's kind of where people are. So I'd say Alina is close to the Tiger's car.
Okay, so I'm gonna find a canister that's away from the Tiger's Claw, and knowing canister, they're gonna probably explode when I do this. I'm gonna do this amazing, ridiculous stunt, and my goal is I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna kind of find like a ledge to jump into, but I'm gonna kind of do like a flip in the air, maybe like 2 little flips. I'm gonna land and kind of do like, if you've ever seen the arrow, he lands, boom, and poof, pull arrow, and right at one of the canisters. So the intent that it's gonna be like it's more of a distraction than hurting things.
And what move is this again? This is the.
So I have a drive that says pull off ridiculous stunt. So it's probably gonna be more of a.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if it's a direct, because the canister is not a threat, but.
Nope.
But the group is, so I don't know how do you classify that?
Right. I'm just looking at it quick to see how that works, because it wasn't in the move section. So I'm just looking it up quick so I can just read it. All right, the beacon. All right, drives. So choose 4 drives. When you fulfill, mark 1. And the drive is. Okay, so pull off a ridiculous stunt. Okay, so when you do this, you're actually going to, because that's when. So when you'll hit your drive when you do this. So because you're doing that, you are going to unleash your powers. They're more mundane, and I'm going to actually switch this out, because instead of it being freak, I'm just going to say that. That it would make more sense, I think, for the beacon, instead of doing freak, to do mundane.
Okay.
I don't know what, Cisco, you looked like you were going to say something quick, but what are your thoughts?
I'm just reading the chat and enjoying the side chatter is all.
The rats are Muppets. All right, so go ahead, Super Rick, and go ahead and roll. So you're going to do unleash your powers, but instead of freak, you're going to do mundane. And because you're just doing something wild and crazy that is all really just human and just kind of luck of being a human, I guess.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll.
Okay. I got a 9. I can show you my dice chart if you really want to. I got a 9, but I add plus
9 plus 2.
Plus 2, so that's 11.
Yep. Okay. So you definitely will hit that drive, which let's see here. Choose 4 drives. When you fill a marked drive, strike it out and choose 1. So you're going to mark potential clear condition or take influence over someone involved. So you can choose one of those.
Does influence have to be a teammate, or can it be someone
Whoever's there. So if you want to get influence over
Tiger's Claw.
Tiger's Claw, you definitely could. He might be impressed by it.
I think I'll do that.
Okay.
That's a good move. You get +1 from now on against Tiger's Claw. And that's how Clint survives Avenger fights.
All right. So Super Rick, go ahead now, because that was a definite, you nailed it. Why don't you go ahead and show us kind of how that looked again?
So look around and get ready. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do this. You know, tuck hat, see ya. Get ready and jump, do the double flip in the air. I don't know what Cat's reaction is gonna be to that. It's probably gonna be like, what? What just happened? So yeah, I did the double flip. I land on like some platform, probably like a couple boxes that are stacked up, like, you know, crates really high. But they're definitely sturdy. And I take like one quick whip around and then let out a shot like that. And then of course,
you hit one of the
container.
you hit one of the exploding containers and it explodes.
Yes.
Was it more so for show, or was that to
for show / like distraction from what is going on between like the group inside? And then at the same token though, I take my cape and kind of go like this as it explodes.
Oh, bomb. All right. So yeah, that definitely was not what the Tiger's Claw was expecting. And as I always get like your mundane names and superhero names mixed up. As Night Fox was going to be handing the things, that's when Super Rick does this crazy wild thing, jump in the air and shoots this container, and it just explodes, and it just kind of knocks everyone like back 2 steps. And the Tiger's King definitely looks from the explosion to you like, what? Like, as in, like, he was not expecting that at all. At this point now, this I would say that he is upset because he was coming in just to come at, like, to exchange. And at this point now, he goes in, and because Night Fox is closest, and Night Fox has the mask, 2 of them actually. And from my understanding, they're not on. He's gonna lunge towards Night Fox, and he is going to have, he has on him Claws of Strength and Power, and he's going to attack you, Night Fox. And he is directly engaging you at this point.
Okay.
And so I would say you need to.
I think that he.
What are you gonna do?
Have we entered combat now?
Yeah,
we've entered combat now.
Okay, I think
it's a dangerous
zone. That, yes, that what we'll say is, because I mean, well, John Rat isn't technically in it, but we will talk really quick that we'll say that we are forming a group. I think with Kat knowing that everyone else is down there, that she's doing other things that are involving the situation as well. So yes, so we have entered a team conflict. And at this point, we just need to kind of decide really quick, who is the leader? Who do we think is the leader of the group right now?
I've seen
Because
something
this
really
is gonna help us.
I've seen something fun with people who play Masks online, is we all secretly private message you who we choose the leader to be, and see if we are all of one mind.
Yep.
Or and sometimes it changes per combat, so it's like, who do you think the leader is in this situation?
All right.
Oof.
I'm texting Michael.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so you guys can DM me.
I can put question marks on my answer.
I'm drawing Texas with a $sign.
And if we don't agree on the leader, then we don't get an extra point.
Indeed.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm still waiting on one more. There we go. Okay.
Saying I'm not gonna vote for myself, but I mean, If it is me,
Just waiting
then
on that.
obviously.
Okay. All right.
I'm pretty sure we probably didn't get the point.
Yeah,
Because I sent mine in on a very specific reason that I don't think is the same. Because like some people do it by like who is making the most forward motion at the bad guy, or who
Mhm.
has the most to lose in the battle, or whose idea was it to do this. There's so many different
Yeah.
ways to decide.
Okay. Yes, you guys are of one mind, and everyone thinks after, you know, maybe a nudge, like there was maybe a nudge, Cynthia might have nudged someone, that everyone believes Alina or Night Fox is the leader right now. And so because you guys,
Boy.
so when you enter battle against a dangerous foe as the team, add 2 to the team pool. And so you guys have 2 or 3 now. If the leader has influence over every teammate, add another team.
Ooh.
So let's
Let
see
me
here.
check. I don't think I've burned it. Yeah, I do right now.
She does. All right. So that means we got another one. So we're at 4 team. And if everyone has the same purpose in the fight, add another team. So I don't know if we necessarily all, do we all have the same purpose?
I think I think Alina's is just to get this stuff away from the Crimson Claw, to just like take down the Crimson Claw and make sure he doesn't get a mask.
Not to do the swap, huh?
Yeah. I don't think she wants to do the
Okay.
swap.
oh yeah, we're giving Tiger's Claw the Housing City beatdown.
I guess I thought we
Okay,
came here
alright.
to rescue that chick's dad.
Oh,
And our parents, yeah, we're gonna fake out Tiger's Claw
Yeah.
and
Do
get
they
our
have
parents
our-
back.
Does he have our parents too?
Didn't
he
he-
definitely threatened your parents by sending you pictures of the dojo and of your parents and
Oh
whatnot.
yeah, we would have
Mhm.
called our parents on the way here and been like, boop, 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 boop. Where you
Be
guys
safe.
at?
By the way,
Or they're not answering. They're not answering the
They're
phone.
not answering. Yeah, our parents are in danger, you guys. But we're gonna try to get our cake and eat it too. I think that was the plan last time.
Okay.
So
So we're at, so if we're all in the same mind there, that's another one. So is that, are we up to 4 now? 1, then we got 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, then we entered in, then we got all of the same influence, and then mine. So we're at 5. Any team member, if any team member mistrusts the leader of the team, remove a team. Any of you guys mistrust Night Fox?
I don't
No?
blame if
All right.
anyone does.
Yeah.
No, we have no reason to at this point.
I mean,
And
I
if
live
your
with her,
team
so I have
is-
plenty of reason to. But
If your
Listen, this isn't
if your
about my
team is
dirty socks.
ill-prepared, or
Oh,
I can't read that,
caught
off-balanced.
off guard. Oh,
Yeah, if your team is ill-prepared or off-balanced, I mean, I think
We
there's some,
planned to
I mean,
come
not to
here.
like,
cat's off balance.
yeah,
oh right.
Kate's
right.
off-balanced. I think that, you know, you guys are kind of coming in here together to fight someone that's threatened your parents. I think everyone is maybe a little shaky.
yeah, I think so.
So we'll say that you guys are going to start this fight with 14. And so the Tiger's Claw lunges using the claws of strength and power to slash at Night Fox. Night Fox, what do you do?
Do I need to take a powerful blow? Does like he get me? Because I'm not sure if they're, let me check. Oh, I could just I mean I probably just summon up my light sword.
You know what? I am gonna
to
say,
catch
yeah.
him, but
Yes, I'm sorry. So yeah, so when he comes at you, because he kind of has the jump on you, you are gonna take a powerful blow. So go ahead and roll plus conditions marked, and on a 10 plus, you're gonna choose one.
Okay.
And
So
I
my
think on
ca-
this one, you want to roll low.
So my canister didn't offset them enough to not make that powerful blow.
Well, I think it offsetted everyone. And when he saw that it went,
Mhm.
that you guys are now here to fight, I think his reaction to that is to jump.
If you.
Okay, I didn't know if it's stabilized by that point, but okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
And maybe it very well could be, you know, depending on her role.
Okay, that was unfortunately an 8. So
An
that's
8
the
and a 7 and
least.
9, choose one.
I think I'm going to give ground. So I'll probably stagger back as he like gets something on me.
Mhm. So the opposition gets an opportunity, and we're going to say that he has the opportunity to snatch that mask.
Shoot, I should have totally picked a different one. You're
Dang it,
right.
Elena.
And
Yeah.
and so he grabs it, you know, he lunges after you, but as I kind of see this as you lunging back, like you maybe do like a cool flip out of the way, but not realizing that, you know, because you have both masks, you grab onto yours, flipping yours on, not realizing that you left the other mask. And so now the tiger's claw has that opportunity and he grabs it really quick. What are you guys gonna do now?
Yeah, I think I'm just yelling to everyone like he's got it. I'm just yeah. I think I look
Super
back
Rick,
to
what do you
try
wanna
and
do?
get, and I definitely try and get Keiko's eye sight as I'm like, he's got it, and I'm making eye contact with you while then Super Rick is gonna go do stuff.
Has Super Rick let us know what his plan is here?
I mean, the explosion was really
Yeah, I would
cool.
like to see.
Is
Like,
there so do we have, are we taking turns in this? I guess I haven't figured that part. Are we actually taking turns or just kind of as things happen, they're happening?
As things happen, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Because-
definitely gonna I'll spotlight, I'll do different spotlights depending on if someone's not getting or
Okay.
kind of coming into the front as they go.
So
Yeah.
essentially it's very obvious that Super Rick is down here with us to fight. Okay. So
Mhm.
do we have anybody looking for our parents? Okay. Your stunned silence is quite reassuring. What is Drowned Rat doing at the moment?
Are you still running interference on the car?
She's waffling between jumping down to help and rid of her damn friends.
Okay. Okay. I think at the moment we gotta get that mask away. So I think I make
'Cause I can
eye contact with Alina, and I think that we're gonna do our thing. We're gonna do like
Twin move.
I think by do our thing, you know, we like kind of match our our proverbial fighting frequencies, and we sort of engage the enemy as a unit. I'm trying to be narrative here instead of like we're triggering this move. But yeah, I'd like to trigger the move. I think it's called fastball special.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna perform a
fastball.
coordinated
So
attack.
you guys you made that eye contact and you kind of give like that cue and you both are like gonna go at it together. And so when you perform a coordinated fight maneuver, when with your other half, say who takes the lead and who assists. The leader rolls the adult move, overwhelm a vulnerable foe. The assistant marks a condition. So overwhelm a vulnerable foe is an adult move. So you guys first need to choose who is going to do the adult move. Who leads?
I think I have my Oni mask
Yeah.
still, so it would make sense that I
Yeah.
would take lead here.
Well, I
Cool.
think that this is your this is your lead, this is your move that we did. So I think by I was flipping back, and I think I probably keep I flip back again, and then I'm in a pose so that you can launch off of me somehow, or I
That's great.
yeah, I'm in a place where I bend into some incredible things. So that by me moving, I'm flinging you out in some kind of fighting
That's
strike.
great. Yeah, we gotta sell right out of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where
Matrix
you
style.
just landed, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna come in with my 2 Leonardo swords and my Oni mask, and I'm right, oh, you're here, and I'm right over you, coming over the
Yeah.
top. Yeah.
There's got to be some kind of blood curdling yell involved.
Oh, for sure. You were gonna say
Am I-
something, Nate?
Yeah, am I in a position to help you guys too during this? Because
think
I have
you
a move that
are.
says won't let you down. So when you help a teammate, you can spend 2 out of the team pool to add +2 to their roll.
Awesome. Michael, do you want me to go through real quick mechanically how adding team to the pool works?
Yes,
Cool.
if you don't mind.
So when you add, so the team points are there for all of us to use after a roll, as long as you can justify it fictionally in the story. So for example, if I were to roll something low right now, Kat wouldn't be able to help me because she isn't really in the scene. But from what I understand, Super Rick is involved in this fight in the vicinity, right? And especially since you have arrows, if you can justify with an arrow, right? So it's done after a roll, and multiple points can be added to the pool, but only 1 per person. So as long as
only
multiple
one can
people...
be taken out at a time, unless you have that move, so you can add 2.
Right, it's only 1 per person, but since so I'm about to roll, so let's say that I rolled a
5.
So
no, if I
when
rolled an 8, Alina would be able to add 1 to the pool, and Super Rick would be able to add 1 to the pool to bring it up to a 10,
Okay.
as far as I understand. Although Super Rick can add 2, yeah. So if I were to roll a 7, we could get even a 2 and a 1 to bring it up to a 10. So yeah.
So when Keiko rolls to overwhelm a vulnerable, or not a vulnerable, is it a vulnerable foe? Is that what that one was? Let me see here.
Yeah, it is when you overwhelm a vulnerable foe.
Okay.
Is he vulnerable or no?
I haven't read.
Well, I
the
think
text
that's not.
of the
I don't
adult
think
movie.
the point of it isn't. I think that I think the point is when you perform a coordinated fight maneuver, that move. This move is being rolled as the adult move. So I don't think they necessarily have to be vulnerable. I think that that's just what the play is going off.
Good call.
And so you overwhelm a vulnerable foe, roll plus danger. On a hit, the fight's over. You're done. On a 10+, choose 1. Wow, you guys could take him out pretty quick here.
We could.
Yeah, I think that's why it's a vulnerable foe. Maybe it's only supposed to be used on moves. I have not used this adult move anyway.
We'll say this. We'll say that it knocks out a condition.
Okay,
if it's a hit, because I don't feel like
I'm cool
because
with
he's not vulnerable per se, but I think we're rolling as such. But maybe not. I don't know. Cisco, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do something else. We would only be able to do that until I think the fictional the conditions are there.
Should we just roll it as a straight up directly engage?
I think that's for the best. Yeah. And I'm gonna try to take that mask back, but I'm also gonna call out to Super Rick and Alina to I don't know, I'll say something like, back me up, so that they're ready. They're ready to assist somehow, Oh, I'll say this. It's time to pay the piper.
Okay, God.
That's our tagline. Thank you, Drowned Rat, for that. All right. I posted a roller, please holding.
So you're going to move over to, instead of that, we've decided we're moving to directly engage a threat, which is when you directly engage a threat, roll danger. On a hit, trade blows. On a 10 plus, pick 2. On a 7 to 9, pick 1.
Let's do it. All right.
Is there such thing as a critical in mask? Like a 12?
Yes, a 10 plus is a crit.
Oh, very nice.
You can roll a 12, but it doesn't give you any bonuses.
I mean,
Gotcha,
it might
okay.
give you more narrative, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm rolling plus danger, which I believe is +2. All right, here we go, you guys. I
Big
rolled
money.
a freaking A. I rolled a 6. So I'd like someone to help me. Alina, you're right there. I think it falls to
Yeah.
you.
I
Are
know,
we
but
gonna
I
give
just
him
got like I just got stepped on in order to get this to make this happen.
Oh, that's
So
right. Super Rick.
I almost
Give
feel
me an
like
arrow here.
So what did you do? Like, what action did you happen there that can assist you somehow? Like, what? Am I just run?
Yeah, I think I'm coming in. I'm coming in with my swords, and the cable work here is like dope. It's like it's like Shanxi and the Ten Rings type of thing. Yeah, and like my swords are glowing red, and I just do something like right out of Tekken, where like my leg just goes like like straight up in the air, like I'm gonna juggle him. So he's like, there's a moment right there in the air, man, when you got to take the shot here, Super Rick.
Yeah, while he's looking at, because it looks
While
like
he's
she's
airborne.
coming in too hot, like she's gonna miss hitting him, but you can at least take advantage of that. Or maybe you're so good with your arrows that you can like ricochet it off of something that she's wearing to steer her in the correct direction.
I was gonna phase over and just help.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Push her in.
Yeah, just like kind of like phase like.
Polly.
Unless you fictionally want to stay far away with an arrow, so she'll go after me instead of you. It's up to you. I think you want to get in there.
I kind of want to phase in.
Yeah.
Do
Because
it.
remember, I'm a superhero, dude.
You are a
Yeah.
superhero.
Mhm.
You are good enough. You're
All
smart
right.
enough. And gosh darn it.
So we're taking one team from the pool then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have 2. I add +2.
You could, but
You
it
added
won't make a
+2.
difference since I rolled a 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just need you to use one
just
just
gonna
to
go up
bump
to
it up to a
7.
7. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Make
So
it
we're down-
so.
So we're gonna use one team.
So we're down to
You
3
guys are
now.
down to 3, by the way.
Okay.
But so on a directly engage a threat on a 7 to 9, pick 1. You're gonna Keiko is either gonna resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna get in there, and Super Rick and I are both engaging Tiger's Claw, and he's probably pretty awesome, and he's turning to one of us and fighting us, and then turning to the other one of us and fighting us, and he probably like unleashes some like energy super punch, and like Keiko goes flying into like a giant, because we're in a factory, right? And so I imagine there's like these giant sort of like metal barrels, like kind of like you would see at a brewery or something. And I think like I get slammed, and like like this thing is like bent as I slam upon it, right? And I think he's gonna make like eye contact with me and like smile like he got a really good one. And I think I'm gonna take the mask out from behind me.
Ooh.
I have it, and I'm gonna go.
Oh, he is ticked, Cisco. He is he's gonna escalate the situation dangerously, where from his jewel he's gonna rev it up, and you're gonna even hear that swirling is gonna happen. And he's just gonna rev it up, and he's gonna like in his chest, and this giant ball of energy is just gonna come flying through the roof, and it's just gonna make this. It's basically about to blow, like blast a huge hole into the roof, which it does. And we reach up then into, we're gonna turn to Drowned Rat now. What are you gonna do? Like, you're in danger now.
Brown rat, you in danger, girl.
Yeah.
I am. I am going to. I'm just gonna, seeing what's going on. I'm just gonna have to say screw it, and I'm gonna jump in.
Okay. So we have everyone on the floor now. Rubble is falling, and he's gunning right for you, Keiko. He moves in again, and he's coming out hot and fast at you. And what are you gonna do?
I want to try something.
Yes, drown rat.
So I'm gonna directly engage the threat, and then
Okay.
depending on what I roll will affect what I say.
What you say? Okay.
This my great plan works or not. All right, I got a -2.
Oh my
boy.
gosh.
Awesome. 7 total.
Whoa.
Even with the
Okay.
-2?
Well
Yeah, I rolled a
done.
9.
Oh, okay.
Well done.
Okay,
So
so
you get to pick one.
Seeing what he just did, and this is an oh crap thing. This needs to get over quick. So Cat's gonna jump down, and you see that coming up, and it's just like, and she's like, oh shit, because she like feels like the heat of whatever energy this is, and stuff's rolling down, and she, of course, she has to do the superhero landing when she hits the floor, and all of a sudden you see all these rats that, like, as all this has been happening, like building up, as Night Fox was walking in, like occasionally you'd see the wide shot and there'd just be more rats like under the conveyor belts. There'd just be more than before, kind of like the birds, but with rats. And all of a sudden, all these rats come swarming in, and they all jump up. They're just swarming all over the tiger's claw, and Kat's gonna look over at the twins, and she's gonna just say, "If you're gonna do your thing, now's the best time." And I'm gonna take my pick one to create an opportunity for your allies to do their fastballs.
Yeah, he's distracted. He is grinding on these rats left and right. I mean, these claws are sharp. So, and I don't know, Drown Rat, if you feel any of the feelings of these rats, but I mean, he's holding them off, but very well distracted and vulnerable for an attack right now. So go ahead. I guess at this point he's motioning to Keiko and Alina to do that thing. So is this our move? Are we wanting to do something here?
Is he looking vulnerable?
He is. He's distracted.
This is where we do the thing.
Okay.
Dun, 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 go Power Rangers.
So I've run up from where I'm still like nursing my shoulder when I was there from being a launching pad. And yeah, do we have a different one? Cisco, do you have an idea for
when I see Alina like nursing her shoulder, I go, suck it up, Buttercup. And I throw you the mask. And I think this is where we go magical girl. And we do our spin. Yep. and the stars fly and we stick out our swords.
Awesome. And we do some kind of like pose, like both of us are posing with our sword.
Superpose, absolutely. Ching. And I think I would like us to Naruto run over like
Yes.
the giant, like or maybe even hop like off the off these giant whatever big tanks or whatever.
Yeah. Switching
Yeah.
as we're hopping. Now, is our like combined mask power doing anything to the other mask then too? Like, is it like
Ooh.
levitating or glowing because we're being so awesome in its vicinity? I guess it probably depends on how well we roll.
Mhm.
Yeah, is that the case, Michael? What's happening to the third mask?
I don't think it's really, it hasn't shown a whole lot of action right now. I think I think it's hard to know just because the two other masks are close by to it. So it doesn't seem like it's doing anything more than what you guys had done earlier, but you can't really tell either because again, you're also fighting a foe. So it's not like you guys are really focused on that, I feel like.
Yeah, as we're jumping,
my
I tell
take on it.
Alina, I'm like, this is like the year we wanted a Nintendo and we got a Play Cube instead. This mask is not doing anything. And we're gonna try to overrun the Tiger's Claw, man.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right.
Roll
I'm
plus danger.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Roll plus danger. Okay, +2. And then you mark a condition, don't forget, Alina.
Yep. No, don't worry.
I got a 12.
No way. Yikes. All right.
Way.
So on a 12, the fight is over. They're done. And on a +10, choose one. So you're going to take a powerful blow in turn. You hurt your foe more than you intended, or you cause serious collateral damage.
On a 10+, you take a powerful blow in turn. You hurt your foe more than you intended. You cause serious collateral damage. I'll take a powerful blow.
Oh boy.
Okay.
But we wanna finish him. We're gonna take him with us, and we're gonna question him, and I'm gonna disable him, or we're gonna disable him together. But let's roll powerful blow first to see how we narrate this.
So when you take a powerful blow, roll plus conditions marked. On a 10+, you choose one. On a 7 to 9, and then you choose two from the 7 to 9 list, and then on a 7 to 9, choose one.
I rolled a 4.
On the bottom.
The roller likes me today. I rolled a 4.
So on a 4, you lash out, verbally provoke a teammate, or foolhardily action, or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity. You struggle past the pains, mark 2 conditions. On a miss, you stand strong, mark potential as normal, say how you weather the blow. So that, sorry, so a 4 would be on a miss. So you stand strong, mark potential as normal, and say how you weather the blow. So good job on marking a potential.
Well, thank you very much. Really, you can thank the roller. It likes me. I think that since we're teaming up, I think that we are engaged in a vicious battle, except we're like going too fast. We like enter Super Saiyan mode, and like where Alina stood in one moment, Keiko is standing, and vice versa, to the point where it looks like there is maybe 10 of us between the two of us, right? If that's okay with you, Danny.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think there's a moment where he like sees Keiko and where she is, and I think he like goes on all fours and like launches himself, and looks like he's gonna get Keiko, and Alina steps in with her 2 swords and like stops the blow. Because we're working as a team.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, like I probably like because we're working together, like he's lunging at you, but like our arms are hooked in a way that I can just use our body weight to like twirl you behind me and block.
Yeah, you guys definitely took him to the cleaners. He is down.
And just a little side narrative thing.
Oh yeah.
When all this happens, as he's like, it's a full page panel, of course, because like this is a big moment, and the full page panel of the blow landing, and then there's this little cutout to this to the side of Cat's two friends looking in the window, one with the camera up, going, "Whoa."
Yeah. And like click, 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 like just shutter, just on shutter.
Yeah, little click clicks coming from the
Rapid
actual
fire.
camera.
Yeah. Yep. So you guys have taken him down, and the fight is over. I would say that he's not gonna, I mean, your parents and Cynthia's parents, who was also on the side helping out, doing things as much as she could. Maybe she was assisting, like when one of you guys got hit or back, she was like, oh, come on. Her dad's still missing. So I think she approaches as well. Where's my father? And
so he's
I
not,
think
so
she
the fight's
really,
over.
she,
He's not going to run away. Are you
not in the
adjudicating?
second. He's,
Are you okay?
I'm kind of giving it to you guys as to what to do.
What is his condition? How are
His
you adjudicating the fight
is-
is over?
Well, because it says right here on, you overwhelm the vulnerable foe and the fight's over. You know what? We're gonna rewind that because I do have an idea. Thank you, Francisco. So the fight is over. He is definitely, he realizes he is in over his head. And before, because Cynthia's like, where's my father? And as she's approaching, he does this backflip and just is up now on, like up on the higher ledge, and he's starting to escape. He's like, doesn't even waste time to say goodbye, to respond. He's out of here.
I'm gonna fire arrow.
Okay. So you're gonna directly engage a threat.
And it's gonna hit,
or
I'm gonna aim.
We're gonna say you're unleashing your powers here, because he's like moving, it's fast. You got this, you got to get that arrow knocked right.
Get knocked right.
So we'll say again, because you're for unleash your powers, because your powers are more mundane.
Yep.
Again, we'll say that you can roll the mundane.
Okay. Okay, I completely like ching miss. I rolled double one, so I completely missed.
Oh no!
So that was like
Oh,
there's like a total
Snake
4.
eyes.
Yeah, total
There
4.
is no critical successes, but when you roll snake eyes, you automatically die. I'm sorry, super right.
Yeah.
Your dad.
No, it is
He
like
comes
a-
down and just slashes your throat. You're done.
it is a crit
Um,
fail only because you can't bonus your way out of it, because like they've proven a math.
So
Yeah.
that's a potential though, right? Because every time you roll a miss,
Yep.
like
Yep. You
Yeah,
got a
you have
potential.
potential.
do I get
Yes.
like double miss because I crit failed?
No.
Oh crap. Okay.
He is far enough away now where he has done enough space, and he looks at you. And who has the mask at this point? I think is it Keiko has the mask? Is that right?
Do get
Because
the
you were the
mask
one
back
that
from him?
took it back from him, right?
Well, I took the mask. Did he? Wow, I made a terrible mistake. I thought that he had taken Alina's mask.
No, he
No,
took
he
the bonus
had
mask.
taken his own mask,
Gotcha.
and you took
Okay.
it from him.
Last I checked, I threw it at Alina. I threw it back at Alina.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So Alina has
So,
it.
Alina, you have the mask, and you've noticed that it had been at this point glowing, and you kind of see as he hops out of the building now at this point, you notice that that glow then suddenly goes away, and it is no longer glowing. So your masks weren't
Okay.
were not influencing it, because now it's not glowing. It clearly was that that figure that was the kind of the difference here. And you kind of put that, I think you kind of put that together. So the fight's
figure
over.
meaning the tiger's claw?
Meaning the tiger's claw was that mask was reaching out, it was glowing because of his presence, and not so much of your masks around, because it tinted back down again.
But the tiger's claw, his face is still obscured, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't know who they are. No.
Okay.
So you guys are, he's escaped. And yeah.
I'm immediately going to start searching this whole warehouse for our parents.
Yeah. Yep. And you guys, you find Cynthia's dad tied up, and then I don't think that at this point that your guys' parents had been taken yet. It was a threat to your parents. And so I think that everyone is safe. So you guys saved the people from dying. And we're going to take a break at this point, because I think we need to, unless we have anyone to like any last minute fight from here, because then we're going to jump to the next scene or issue for the final thing, if that works. Unless anyone want to add anything, we're good.
A break now is great.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, we'll break. We'll go to, does 9:55 or 9:55 my time sound okay? Awesome. Okay, we'll see you guys in a bit. Bye. All right. So we have a new volume here, and we'll see how much of this volume, what size this volume is in an hour. We have a spread again of Halcyon City, and it's evening time. It's kind of getting closer to dusk, and so we see this brilliant glowing sunset colors just illuminating off the city, and it just looks so pretty. And we zoom in even closer, and we see a stark difference of the neighborhood, as although it's orange and stuff, it makes it even look more dirty and more dingy in the neighborhood that we're in, that our teens are in. And we see coming from the neighborhood, kind of like very much in the first issue, where we zoomed in and we see the neighborhood, and there's a little kind of bubble coming off, and it's the announcer of the kind of the news reporter. And it seems our megalopolitan is giving thanks to a group of young supers that saved a father who recently went missing by abduction. And then we zoom in even closer, and we see Kat's house, and we see in the window Kat and Benjamin are getting ready for the dance together, and they're hanging out and whatnot, and as friends. And now we zoom in with the two of them watching the TV screen, and Benjamin's photo comes up of that action scene that we saw, where the heroes took out the tiger's claw, and And so we kind of see all the heroes working together, and it's a very cool, like kind of like just a really cool superhero moment that was on camera, that was taken a photograph of. And so the announcer continues, this photo taken live on the scene by Benjamin Wong, high school student at Halcyon City, where tonight him and his classmates will enjoy an evening of carnivalesque Hallows Eve. And then we jump, and so like you both are like, and Benjamin is just like, oh, that's my picture. Like he's really pumped about this. Kat, what are you doing? What are you saying to him?
Kat just looks over at him, and she just kind of shakes her head, and she's just like, that's a cool picture, Benjamin. It is, and you're on the news. I'm on the news, technically. That's awesome. But the next time that you see this, and a rat jumps up on the TV, it does gestures, run away. Did you see what happened to the roof of that building? That could have been your face. Damn it.
Kat, calm down. The only reason I did that was because it was like, why not? I mean, come on. You're a superhero now. You've been a superhero. We gotta have some fun with it. We can't always be like, oh, I'm too scared. Come on.
Yeah, but what kind of superhero would I be if I let one of my best friends die in the middle of it, and there's like a small tear like runs down her cheek? Just don't do that to me again. Promise.
Kat, and he becomes very serious, knowing that, you know, this really affected you. And he's like, Kat, we don't all have superpowers, but we all have to do good. And this, what I can do doing my livelihood, I'm gonna be doing this. I'm gonna be going into tough situations too. And just because I don't have superpowers doesn't mean that I can't help the city out as well. And he's adjusting your labels a bit. He's you know, because you're trying to tell him that, you know, you can't do this, and he's kind of pushing back on that and saying, no, you can't tell me just because you have superpowers, you can't tell me what I can and cannot do to help the city. And so I feel like he is adjusting your labels a bit here, in that let's see here, what would make sense. I'm kind of thinking like your superior down, and like kind of your freak up, because he wants to also be like, he's kind of humbling you in a sense, that just because you don't have superpowers doesn't mean that you can't do good in the world. And that kind of makes you feel like, well, and he kind of even has a little point to it that, you know, just because you have superpowers, you kind of get a little like, yeah, I do, you're right. That difference is made. Are you gonna accept that, or do you try to resist that?
I'm gonna try and resist it.
Okay. So if you're going to resist and you reject someone's influence, you're gonna roll, and it's just it's just a 2d6s. Nine. Okay, so on a 7 to 9, choose one. Clear condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. Shift one label up and one label down of your choice, or cancel their influence and take one forward against them.
I'm gonna actually shift a couple of my labels.
Okay. So you can move one label up and one label down, your choice.
I am going to bump up my superior and bump my mundane down.
Okay. Let it be so. And so on a hit, you have successfully held to yourself and you tune them out, you know, and you get that that's what they're going to do and whatnot, but it didn't affect you very much. So that's great. So to kind of, because there's some feelings in the air, Benjamin, he turns to you and he says, well, I'm all ready to go. Should we go pick up Jake?
Yep, let's go.
All right. And so we cut to a new scene and it's going to be the school and we see Super Rick with Cynthia and you guys are walking in towards the school and she turns to you and she goes, James, I never said thank you for helping to save my dad. So thanks.
You're welcome. And I do the whole we're walking in together, the whole side hug kind of thing, yeah, you're welcome kind of thing.
Yeah, so dances, they're cool. And she kind of is like this awkward tension, like she doesn't really know what to say, she wants to.
I already said that we're gonna go to the dance together, but if you
Right.
need me to officially ask you, just so we're clear, I'll be happy to invite you to, take you to the dance.
Well, no, we're already here, stupid. No, what I'm talking about is after the dance.
Oh.
What are we exactly? Like she's gonna kind of put you up,
Is this scene taking place at the dance?
Outside the dance at the school.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, to clarify, we're at the school walking kind of into the dance.
Okay.
Okay, because I would like a
that's
chance.
why I said that.
I would like
Okay.
a chance for us
Yeah,
to
sorry.
frame scenes before you start hard framing stuff. FYI.
Sorry. What does that mean? Repeat that.
If you could go so would anybody like to frame a scene? And then
Yes,
I
thank
understand
you.
that once we get to 11:30, you're gonna start hard framing scenes because we're running out of time. But yeah, if you open up the floor or
Yeah.
the table, I'd appreciate it.
Yep. Yes, I will. We'll finish with James quick though.
Okay.
Since we got him.
Okay, so we're walking into the dance.
Yep.
Okay, now that's making more sense. Okay. No, okay. So that now it was I'm glad our team could come together for you, and I'm glad I could help you too as well. And if you need anything else, you just let me know.
Okay. What are you doing this Saturday?
I'm not sure yet. I mean, I do have a pretty open book here. If you need anything, you want to spend some time together, I'd be happy to do so.
I'm not doing anything on Saturday night.
Saturday night? Well, I'm not either.
Cool.
What do you want to hang out Saturday night?
Sounds like a date. And she just kind of grabs your arm and she starts guiding, just abruptly guiding you into the dance. I'll leave this as you guys go in. We haven't seen the dance floor yet. So I'll open it up. If there anyone else that would like to set a scene or secure it or do a scene.
So you already hard framed it that we're already walking into the dance?
The dance is on right now, yes.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I'm sure we are we can do one where we're walking while that's going on, if we're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good too. For me, I'm good.
No. That was great. I would love to have Alina overhear that, unless I'm too busy. I'm probably too busy talking to have overheard. But I absolutely wish to like send the group chat like a bunch of hearts and smooches and like, oh my gosh, emojis. Like, like,
My phone's like going off my pocket galore.
Oh yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, Alina's texting about the whole chat. I think I'm probably also in earshot and sending gifs and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set Pied Piper group emergency, meet under the bleachers stat.
Okay, so we're gonna at the dance.
We're at the dance.
Yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna see is we're gonna kind of open up the dance floor then. So it is a very stereotypical gymnasium with the wooden bleachers that are kind of pulled down. There's some students sitting on the bleachers, and there's balloons everywhere. There's jack-o'-lanterns. There's spooky stuff. It's dark. It's like there's strobe lights. There's black lights. I mean, everything is like spooky, you know, the Halloween ball. And we find our heroes then.
Can we have Monster Mash
making their
playing?
way.
I was just thinking that. Can we walk into that?
Yes. And so the heroes all kind of go underneath the bleachers.
All the
And we
heroes?
have, well, that's what I'm asking about too, really quick. So we have Keiko, James, Alina, and Cynthia. But Cat or Drowned Rat, is Drowned Rat making an appearance, or is just the rat gonna show up?
No, she's there because it's a Halloween dance, so everyone's in costume. So I can be there.
So, oh my gosh.
But I'm
So
not
you're dressed
there as
yourself?
Drowned Rat though. But I'm there.
You're not there as Drowned Rat, but you're
Okay.
there.
So does Drowned Rat send an excuse to the chat when Keiko sends that everybody meet under the bleachers?
No, she just shows up, but it's what you is not Drowned Rat, but everyone's gathered up and all of a sudden the someone dressed up like the Arachno Angel shows up and is next to you guys, be like, hey guys, it's me.
Drowned Rat. I don't know who you are.
That's a new,
yeah, you
are
guys, what are you guys
shifting
going to talk about?
Is this a new
going on?
animal for you?
No, everyone knows who the Arachno Angel is. Jeez.
Okay, cool. And she's
Which
like,
everyone would. It's essentially this universe's Spider-Man.
Okay, Arachno. She's like, nice. But I think she probably just says it more as like a teasing, like, oh, are we into spiders now? Is it no rats no more?
The rat runs up your shoulder and goes, and then
I did that.
no, they're still my friends.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I think Keiko's gonna go. Like when she sees the rat, she's like, I am way too sober for this right now. And she's gonna take out her little flask. It says Cobra Kai. It's her Cobra Kai flask. And she takes out a bunch of like the little shot glasses that come with, they're not shot glasses, but they're the little cups that come with like kids Benadryl and stuff. Our parents keep them in a drawer. She didn't have shot glasses.
Save the cups. Cups.
Yeah, they're
so
little
grim.
medicine measuring cups.
That is bleak.
Yeah. And she's like, my parents have this stuff called gold Slaugher, and I think it's gonna be really great.
Yeah, I think Alina is like what? I thought we had an emergency. Like,
This is an emergency. Everyone here is sober right now.
okay.
And we need to celebrate. We just saved someone's dad, and turns to Cynthia like,
yeah, which you guys, again, thank you. Oh my gosh.
wow.
Like, I know Keiko and Alina, we don't always see eye to eye with me being on the red streak and whatnot. but you know, we're not that bad. I mean, I think that, you know, we should do some team up sometime.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe
you know,
maybe you can be
tournaments
our
or
eyes on
something.
the
Friendly
inside. Yeah.
inside of what?
The red
There's nothing
streak.
wrong there.
There's nothing.
Do you think
Okay.
there's something wrong with the red streak?
I am just saying we just fought a villain that had incredibly red iconography.
I'm gonna drink my shot and pour another one.
I
Can
think
we
it's like
can we at
I'm-
least
James.
drink first?
yeah, and then Alina just like knocks hers back and is like,
Nice.
ugh.
All right, cheers. She's gonna pour you another one.
Cheers.
Let's go. I think we're gonna stay there, you know, down there for a little while. Does this mark off Super Rick's requirement?
Is Super Rick drinking out of a Benadryl glass?
Well, I was still curious,
God.
like, am I really there though? Because Cynthia and I we were gonna go dance, and somehow, like, what do you think I really would check my phone if I was with Cynthia?
Well, is Cynthia in our group? Like
Cynthia
maybe
wasn't. Yeah, Cynthia was there.
So maybe Cynthia
Yeah,
is
you
like,
guys were in the group. I think you guys were
Okay.
there.
Okay. All right. So then,
Yes.
then just for for Kiko's purposes, yes, I'll mark it up.
Nice. Hey man, this is for you. Nah, I super
Like
wanted to
Dutch.
see.
Dutch.
Definitely.
That
Is it
wasn't a-
Dutch courage? Are you even Dutch? Like Alina is very much the suddenly has to ask everybody the most personal question possible kind of a tipsy person. I think it's like immediately just asking everybody all of the questions she wants to know.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna ask Cynthia awkward questions too. Like, why do you wear on your hair? I love your hair. I can't have hair like that.
Oh my gosh. I think, you know what, James, have fun. I'm gonna go to the punch bowl and get a thing of punch, but you guys enjoy yourself. And she walks away. And while you guys are or whatnot, Mr. Gonzalez walks by and he's like, students, I hope that's not what I think it is.
I hope it's not either.
I'm fighting a cold, so I had to like it's just like having a weird reaction something. It's great though. High five, Mr. G. I didn't know you were gonna be chaperoning, and it's like gonna try and high five him.
He kind of like, it's this awkward, like he went in for a thing and you so then like you go like this and it's like this just awkward, like please don't.
It's okay, I'll
and
get there.
he kind of like he kind of goes, okay, Keiko, Alina, James, and then he turns to whatever drowned rat is and or like cat but doesn't know his cat. And she's like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out which student you are. Are you a student here?
She's with me. She's my cousin.
Yeah, my name is Rebecca.
Oh, hey, Rebecca.
Isn't it
Well,
so
nice to meet you. I'm glad you could come here today.
Her name is so pretty.
Your school's really nice. I like.
Yeah.
She's homeschooled, so I guess
Okay.
all schools are
Well,
nice.
I am gonna have to ask, you know, you students that we, you know, it's probably not the best idea to be under the bleachers. You never know who's else is down here or what's happening, you know, and we just need to be able to keep an eye on the students, and we don't have a good eye on you guys here. So I'm gonna ask you guys to, you know, move out to the dance floor and get jiggy with it. And he kind of gives it like an awkward like move and then like walks away.
Does he Does he walks out from under the bleachers too, or does he
Yep, he
like
walks
stay
from
there
out.
and he's showing? Okay, he's
Well,
not shooing
he's
us
like
away.
shooing you guys out, but he like walks away now.
Okay.
Is this considered that I've traveled to an incredible place underneath the bleachers?
You've never gone there before.
This-
James, you've
I
never
don't
gone
know.
under the bleachers before.
I'd like
don't know
to
if-
introduce a magical wardrobe to Narnia that was underneath the bleachers.
Not sure it was quite under the
I'm
boardwalk
trying.
enough to qualify.
I'm trying.
So we so yeah, so is
Can
that
I?
you guys are good
Yeah.
with that scene?
Yeah, I
Anything
wanted
else?
to. Ooh, no, boy. Shoot. No, I don't think that I will be able to roll the thing that I'm hoping to roll. Yeah. I think that's good.
Okay.
I think as Mr. Gonzalez walks away, Alina just turns around and looks at Drowned Rat and is like, so why do you wear that mask anyway? Like, why can't we see your face? Like, I've got a mask, but like only part-time.
Yeah, but look what happened to your parents and not mine.
Ooh.
Fair, but like
Mhm.
I wouldn't tell anyone.
A lot of people say that. But there's this thing that the CIA does called torture, and it can make you tell stuff. And I'd just rather not have anyone I like, my parents, my friends, even you guys in a way, to be put into any kind of situation where any extra knowledge you might have of who I am could be used against you or put you in a situation where someone looking for that knowledge might do you harm because they either think you know or know you know.
Cool. Good thinking. And she kind of like claps you on the shoulder. She's like, so the CIA is after you. It's okay. I won't tell anyone. She like backs up. She's like, good thinking. Awesome. You're in the witness protection program. That's a big deal. That makes a lot of sense. And
It is a big deal, and you've clearly been drinking, so just don't run into anything on your way out the bleachers, okay?
I'll be fine.
Since we have been drinking, I kind of get the groove on. Like, I want to go dance. Like,
Yeah. Are you going to meet Cynthia? I figured that you had already like pieced out.
heck yeah. I'm like, you guys just keep talking. Like, I'm like starting like to like walk away, like start dancing away. And
Are you moonwalking away? Please
almost,
tell me you're
almost.
You're attempting to moonwalk
Yeah,
away.
it's not pretty. It's not pretty, but I am making my way to the dance.
It's great.
Unbelievable.
Cat.
Look.
And Alina's just like doing awful like secret signals to Cat, like, yeah, got it. Like, good talk.
I'd like to add to the fiction. I wanted to add to the fiction that when Mr. Gonzalez was like, time to get jiggy with it, I was like, ooh, Fresh Prince. And it, it's okay. What name did we have for Cat? Rebecca?
It's just
Right? Rebecca, yeah.
Yeah.
Rebecca.
Yeah, when he was like, oh yeah, there could be trouble under the bleachers. It's like, it's okay, she's a Mormon. We're fine. No trouble here. And once James moves onto the dance floor with Cynthia, I'm gonna be on the side like, yeah.
Alina's
Yeah,
fine.
so
It's just weird enough to ask direct questions, but she's not. I feel like Keiko has definitely paved the way there.
Most definitely. I'd like to add one more thing to the fiction as well. My idea for the dance theme got picked up. And so my theme was equinox, like E dash quinox. And so like the whole theme of the dance is like emails and like Palm Pilots from like the 90s and like AOL. And it's super dorky and super great. Like maybe that's not what people are dressed up as, but definitely that's like what we've decorated. There's like we have an entire wall of like old AOL CDs that say 200 free hours on them.
They spell out Halloween Bash in a big old banner.
Oh yeah, made out of old AOL CDs. I'm very proud of it.
And Keiko, you actually see Maddox, who is the captain of the polo team, water polo team, along with your crush, who's there, and he's dancing with Jessica.
Mm.
It turns out that
yep, we can't have this.
He asked her to the dance.
We can't have this.
And she'd been drinking. Oh man,
I have been drinking. I think it's a time for a little bit of shenanigans. I think that I am going to try to create like the sound of like a bodily function near them, and then create the smell of a bodily function near Jessica for sure.
So you're unleashing your powers, it sounds like, yeah?
I mean, it's just something that I can do. I don't know that I'm necessarily.
Oh,
I think. I mean,
you're kind of drunk.
Now he's going to pierce the mask. Yeah.
Now the way
What
we're
sounds
using
that
it in
smell?
this contest, yeah, I was gonna say it's like we're it sounds like a euphemism, like you're piercing the mask. Yeah, maybe unleash your powers works.
Yeah, I think so. Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Or is it engaging a threat to your love life?
We're gonna do unleash your powers.
Actually engage a threat. I mean, I do feel threatened, and this is a game about emotions. Yeah, like engage a threat actually might work.
We can do that one too.
Yeah,
I'll let you pick.
Yeah, definitely engage a threat. I feel threatened, and I want to cause a condition here.
Yeah.
So, okay.
By the way, just kind of random question. Where and sorry, before you even roll, just like in the back.
Too late.
Of my
I already
head,
rolled.
No. Oh, that's fine. Hold your roll. Do you guys have the mask still, and where is it, and whatever happened to that? I guess I should have asked that like long before this.
Are we bringing it with us because like we pretty much had to go straight to this thing?
These days, Keiko doesn't go anywhere without without the mask.
Okay.
This would be the dance would be on a Friday night, and so I would say that it's been a few days.
Okay.
Keiko definitely has her mask. It's like hidden
Oh,
somewhere.
Yeah. Has her mask, but do we have the other mask?
You have the mask, the other mask.
Yeah, we don't have like a safe place to keep that thing.
I can just take it somewhere.
I feel like we're probably passing it around like the bag, like doing like, okay, you carry it around today, I'll carry it around tomorrow, kind of a thing.
So
I feel like Drowned Rat can like probably bury it in some sort of sewer and keep her rats like. No,
I don't think Alina would want it in a sewer. Like I just feel like she would feel like it's safer if it's on us, even though I know meta game wise it's not safer on us. unless you guys really want to bury it in a sewer, you think that we would.
I mean, I can take it like out of the city somewhere.
Cool.
I think probably when we meet up, like we have it on us as a group, somebody has it.
We might
Otherwise,
be
probably one of us has it, and then we're like taking turns.
until we can get it to like maybe one of our parents, like to dispose of it or something. Or maybe like we're meeting up and you're gonna take it back with you from the dance to go take it out somewhere. Does that make any sense? Does that
Say
vibe?
that last part again.
Like we've been keeping track of it, but we were gonna hand it to Kat to be like, if you came up with this idea and we're like, that sounds good. So, but it's like we're at the dance now, so you'll take it with you afterwards.
Why haven't we talked about the possibility of showing it to our parents? Of course, because we said in the fiction that our
True.
parents know about old artifacts and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't realize it was another day. I thought it was the same night that as
Yeah.
this like thing. So I figure like all of the stuff that we would do with it is kind of like in the future. And one option is like show our parents, but I assume we just still have it on us in a bag. And if Kat's taking care, like hanging on to it, because clearly I lost it to the bad guy, and then like Keiko and I both like were like slippery fingers with it, and Rick is with Cynthia. So it would make sense if part of your costume, like you have a bag that has it in it, because it sounds like you have the most elaborate costume. Drowned Rat.
That'll work.
I think Keiko's probably pitched that like the smart thing would be to give it to our parents right away, but let's hold on to it and let's get it near people and see if it lights up first, like for a few days, and then bring it to our parents. I don't know if the group would go with that or not.
Because like, if your parents don't know what to do with it, and we think this thing is, I mean, I could give it a mafia burial in the ocean, and just no one will ever see it again.
Keiko's naive enough to think that would work. So I like that today is the day we give it to Drowned Rat.
So Drowned Rat has it right now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So going back to current events, Keiko, you are going to directly engage a threat with Jessica.
Oh yeah.
Unless
I rolled an
Alina had
11.
something to say or do.
Nope.
Oh
nope,
my
nope, that is
gosh.
fine. I want to be like nearby. Like Alina has a thing that she wants to go do, but I want to be nearby enough fictionally. So like I seeing
To Keiko?
Yeah, seeing
Mhm.
like we were both walking along the dance floor and then you saw this happen on the dance floor, and my plan was to still keep going, but I want to be nearby just in case anything goes south.
I want
So
to
directly engage a threat. When you engage a threat, roll plus danger on a hit. Tread blows on a +10, pick 2. So go ahead.
I would like to take Maddox's attention away from her.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So as you are walking up,
Mm-hmm.
Maddox turns and kind of like also like, ooh, looking good, Keiko.
I think I'd like to set it up more like he smells all these odors and she's like mortified and she's like, I have to go. And she like goes to the bathroom, and then I very conveniently slip in.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right, because you did like the
Mm-hmm.
a brain thing. Yes.
My yeah, I used my powers of trickery.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to resist or avoid her blows.
Yeah, so it was a hit. She smelled some nasty smell. I think maybe some BO. And she's like, oh, I cannot be by you right now. And she just kind of walks away from Maddox. And
No,
he's
no,
like,
no, no.
"What?"
I want
Or
I
no.
want Maddox to smell her.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying. So
And for
Maddox is
her
like,
to be mortified and be like,
oh,
oh my gosh, I have to go to the restroom.
Jessica, did you put on deodorant today? Like, and he's smelling himself like, I
Nice.
smell fine, but girl.
Nice.
And she's like, ah, and she like smacks him on the shoulder and like runs off. Like, and as she's going, she's like trying to nonchalantly be
Yeah. And I think we're passing each other by in the
Mhm.
on the dance floor, and I
Mhm.
want to tell her like, ooh, sounds like somebody doesn't have a secret, because that's a brand of
quiet.
deodorant. That's what she tells me.
Shut
Be
up,
quiet.
Keiko. Shut
Very-
up.
that's a very
And he
dad
just keeps
joke.
running.
Mm. I'll be like, oh no. And then I'll go and like pretend to bump into Maddox. And he's like, oh, Maddox, I didn't see you there. He's like 6'5". It's ridiculous. He's built like Michael Phelps. Like his arms go down to his knees. It's like an orangutan.
So you guys are having your moment together.
Oh yeah.
And Alina, you're kind of close by. James, you're with Cynthia, and Drown Rat, you're maybe hanging out with your friends. The principal is actually going to come up to you, Drown Rat, to Rebecca, because you are an unfamiliar person. I think you're kind of getting like you're kind of completely covered, so no one really has identified who you are, and it's kind of giving off some attention. And the principal is going to say, excuse me, I believe I'm told Rebecca, is that right? I can't hear you.
Yeah, no,
Here,
it's
I'm gonna
muted. The secret. Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry, there just seemed to have been a slight problem. Can you just come, we just have to make sure that we can identify every student here. And I'm told that your name's Rebecca, but Rebecca isn't showing up on any of the guest lists. So I just need you to just come here really quick and just to clear up something, if you don't mind. And she's just kind of gesturing that you come follow her. What do you do?
Okay, I am gonna follow her.
Okay. And she takes you through the dance floor you're following, and she's just kind of nodding to some students as she goes, and she goes through the hallway, like into the hallway of the school, where it's quieter, and you get down to the hallway, and you're still going down a ways, and like as you're going, it's like getting a little bit darker, like, you know, it's quieter, and she turns the corner, and you both turn the corner, and standing in front of you is the tiger's claw right there. What do you do?
Government rat.
Just get the rat.
Spitballing.
I think that's the actual reaction right there. Just like, what?
I'm gonna. She's gonna go, oh shit. And she's going to run away.
You run away.
In a mist form.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So you go, oh, you go into your mist form.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the yeah, so I would say for you for this, I wanted you to go ahead and unleash your powers. If you don't mind.
8.
8. All right. So you, on a 7 or 9 market condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Early conditions again. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna mark angry because
Okay.
Cat is, of course, the audience knew this from earlier, but now at least one of the heroes is aware that their principal is involved with somebody like the Tiger's Claw, and this pisses Cat off.
Yeah. Yep. So you get out of there, and where do you go? I guess, where are you going? Where does your mist lead you to?
I leave the building. I just leave.
You leave altogether.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see here. We're gonna, yeah. So we'll have a cut scene. We'll have a scene where the principal turns around and to the Tiger's Claw and goes, "I'm sorry, I did my best. I didn't know that was who that was, and I didn't know that they could do that." Like, really coming up with like she's scared, and he's like, "Your pettiness is beyond," like, you know, like just kind of sloughs her off, like, "I don't need to hear about your excuses. Go away." And so she turns away, and we see he's gonna like take off his mask, and it's Julian Gonzalez, who is the counselor, and he's just gonna kind of say, it's gonna be kind of a close up of him, and he's like, "I have other means to getting what I want," and it's just gonna end there. So no one knows. You guys don't know that that's him yet, but the audience knows for sure that that's
Okay.
Julian Gonzalez, the Tiger's Claw. So
all right. Yeah, because is that after Drowned Rat runs away?
Yep. So Drowned Rat has run away. She's gone. She left the building, so she hasn't informed anyone. And we're gonna say that is the end of this volume. So it just kind of ends on like this cliffhanger of like, and yeah. So
oh my goodness,
we'll end it there, you guys.
Congratulations.
You see, Alina, this is
Yeah.
why I've been telling you that therapy is crap.
Okay, but well, Alina, what Alina wanted to do next was, especially to clear and secure, if I do a foolhardy action without consulting the team, I can clear that. I was gonna go find Dr. Gonzalez again after, because I knew he walked off in my slightly tipsy state, and be like, you know, the thing where we were worried about the adults and the stuff, we took care of it, it's fine, so stop worrying about it, okay? and confront him about their last like therapy session, like, look, I'm gonna be so good, and then hopefully he would do something suspicious. But I think she probably would have like, oh wait, Dr. Gonzalez, I need to tell him so he can celebrate with us. but that is, I wondered, I liked how you had the foreshadowing of him. At first I was like, oh, it's being drawn to Dr. Gonzalez, so he's gonna be like a good user of this mask. And then when you were like, no, it is also drawn to I was like, no.
Yeah. I'll share more on that off camera about that. But let's go into stars and wishes. Well, I guess stars and wishes. What do you do for the end? I mean, because this is the end volume, so we don't really need to do like do we need to do the end session?
We have epilogues. What do you think about epilogues?
Yeah, we could do epilogues quick. Yeah.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind not doing epilogues and then just leave to be continued and
leaving this open,
doing more with even just characters and stuff. Because
I'm down with that too. I said epilogues, but then I thought about it and I was like, I don't really have anything.
Yeah.
Except just terrorizing Jessica some more later.
Definitely. Yeah, we'll keep it open-ended. So we'll just go into stars and wishes then to end the night. So I'll start. Star for me was, well, stars in general, Cisco. Loved the team move, being able to do like how that evolved too. Like it started off with like, well, we're gonna go this way, and then no, we're gonna go this way, a different approach, and then just the teamwork in general too. Like, so all of you guys on that were a part of it, I feel like, in some way or another. So it was really nice to see that team dynamic happening. But Cisco, I loved your playbook and that move of being able to do an assist with your team, and just how like hardcore that move is. Like, and I was like, oh, they're done. Oh, and I'm like looking at like, shoot, they still have like a couple more conditions. Like this fight should have been going on a lot longer. And it's like, oh, nope, it's not. It's going to be ending right here. He's running away. So that was great. Nate loved Super Rick and James doing some more of the drives. I think that's something that I didn't really hound in too well in the first two episodes, that I'm glad that we were able to finally do. And I wish we could have. And so that would be a wish of mine, just in the future, working on those more and making sure we hit those more. And so thank you for taking an initiative of that and getting those drives in this episode. And then Danny loved the kind of switcheroo thing, like where you were like, I'm gonna come towards you, and it was kind of like that pull of like, I wonder what she is gonna do, like, you know, and trying to pull you into maybe she'll do something suspicious, or maybe go for the other side. And so I thank you for kind of playing along with that a little bit, and then turning it around. So that was fun. And then Kat, I loved that we could tie in your mundane sign a bit too. So thank you for going with that, and like thinking on the top of your head, how am I going to stop this car from going? And the idea too of the clicking, like I completely, like in the back of my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, what are they going to do? And then you just kind of always chime in at like the right moment with like this detail. It's like, oh my gosh, this like sums it up perfectly. Like, so thank you for bringing in those other characters that we had brought in and that were there and present, but were kind of in the back, and bringing them back up to the front. So it was really nice storyline that way. I really wish that we get to play again with these characters. I think that I really would love to continue Julian Gonzalez / the Tiger's Claws reign. And it's so much fun, like as a GM, kind of like how I kind of think, oh, this is how I should maybe write stuff down, or like kind of the prep, but then how it kind of goes the other way at times. And so it was just a lot of fun to just let things happen how they do, and just to kind of it's just, yeah. So that, again, so another start to the group too for doing that. Like it's just a lot of fun. I think making a story like this and kind of being part of some plot points, but then how you get there, or what happens after that, or it's just a lot of fun. And so I had a lot of fun GMing, and I wish to also GM again in the future. So thank you. So we'll go around maybe how I kind of see us. If Cisco, if I see Cisco, then Nate, then Brett, then Danny. So if Cisco wants to start.
Okay, Michael, you did a great job, man. Just starts to you for running, starts to you for running it so well on your first time, doing your homework, and just sort of all that part of the iceberg we don't get to see. Thank you for all that. Appreciate it. Tiger's Claw was like a cool villain for like the power level that we were playing. I felt like it felt like just right, like some dude with a gem with claws and like guy liner. I really like that villain. The fact that it was the counselor is like so icky in a way. Not so icky that I would X card it, but icky in a way that's like, I really want to kick this dude's ass. That's like taking advantage of the information that people give him for his own ends. That's like the worst. So good job setting up a villain that's very hateable. That's really good. Nate, started you, man, for just jumping into a different game, and same to you, Brett, for jumping into a game. Double start to Nate, because this is your first time playing a story game, and it's anytime you go from one thing to another, it's like it's a shift. So you did great, man. And I like you angling the fiction so that you can cross off your, what are those things called in your playbook? Your
The drives.
Yeah, your drives. Yeah, that was
Mhm.
super fun. And I love working together to get your drives crossed off. Like, my favorite thing about playing online is having a keeper, and we're able to see that stuff with each other, and so we can angle that stuff toward each other. And so that was a pleasure. And man, I just love Drowned Rat as a character. Like, I've said this before, but I just love that Drowned Rat's motif set, the power level that we were playing at, set that we were kind of like, yeah, just kind of set how like non-glamorous we are, but that's like not a bad thing. Like, we're protecting the school, we're protecting the block, man. Like, we're that first line of defense, and I love that. Or last line of defense, maybe, depending on how you look at it. And I love that. And then Danny, always a pleasure on every scene that we're in, but finally getting the fastball special in there was pretty dope. So yeah, and a wish. Yeah, I'm totally down for signing up for another 4 to 6 sessions sometime in the future. So let's do it.
All right, we'll go to James, or I guess Nate. Since we're done playing now. Go ahead, Nate.
Oh, we're using our superhero names. Okay, James.
Nate is my superhero name. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. So, stars to everybody just in general, because I think everybody really played their character well. For the character that they chose in the beginning. So I think that everyone did a pretty darn solid job. Like, and even like how Drowned Rat was like, basically it's like, no, she didn't go run and tell the others. She just like, I'm gonna run away. You know, so it's very typical her character. So really none of us actually like, you know, like did something that we really wouldn't do. So I think we all did that very balanced. So that's awesome to all y'all. But Cisco, yeah, special throw out there to thank you for kind of like bringing those drives again out there. I think that'd be a really good thing in the future too. You know, for new people, is like if they do something like that, like really try to help them, like figure out like, okay, how can we get the drive out there so they can feel like, oh yeah, I can do this stuff. This is cool. So yeah, appreciate that too. And then Michael, of course, yeah, DM and thank you, appreciate it. It was good. Yeah, But then like everyone else is really just playing your characters really well. You can't really say enough about that because I think overall as a team we did very well too. For our cohesion wise. I think so if there's more adventures, I think we would be very good in that sense. So yep.
Brett, you're up next.
Started Mike for running this, especially as your first time, dude. You did. It was great. It was it was a blast. I loved it. Stars to Cisco and Danny with the fastball special and working the twin stuff. That's always fun. And drinking the alcohol and getting drunk. The drunk scene was great with old Alina there. And start old Super Rick there for just making use of his arrows and stuff. That was fun. And then just just with Cynthia just being awkward James Ricard was just hilarious, and like just such a high school thing. It was great. And also another star to Mike for bringing the NPCs in, because like literally earlier today, I was looking at the sheet and I was like, man, we haven't seen my 2 NPCs yet. We're gonna get a chance to see them, and then they show up at the worst possible time. And wish
You're welcome.
Definitely wish to keep this going. This is, I'd love to just keep, like I said earlier, just to just leave it open-ended and just continue with this group and these characters, because there's a lot left to figure out, and save the day some more against school counselor.
All right, Danny.
Yes. So stars to everybody, and thank you, Michael, for running this and like running multiple sessions and balancing NPCs and different things and ending them on time and switching up combat. I think we rolled like all of the moves. I've never rolled that I've only ever rolled like one random adult move ever in all of my mask sessions, so that was really cool to work that out and stuff. So that was such a cool mechanical opportunity. I have to start making Dr. Gonzalez the Crimson Claw, because I don't know why I just had not even thought of it until you dropped that foreshadowing in, and then I was just like, what? I was like, what? Why didn't I think of it? So that's my wish to keep going, because I absolutely, as Alina, need to like kick his butt.
Alina needs to find out now. Danny knows, but Alina needs to know now.
Alina needs to know and suffer a lot of betrayal and become a real delinquent, because she's been much too responsible. Like I was like, the delinquent is like, wait, we're underage drinking? I thought we had a mission. And I'm like, stop. No, that's Danielle. That's the square speaking. You can't do that. You need to be cool with this. So yeah, and that's great. And I loved like that we got to see that officially, even though, because I know that's difficult as a GM. You're like, I want to give you this information, but the players are going in all these different directions. So great for doing that. Star to Cisco for thank you so much for playing joined with me. It's really cool to see the character, and it makes me definitely want to play one in the future. And it was a lot of fun. All of the flavor with the fastball special and everything, and magical girls and the angst, and then the sister fights. It was really satisfying to dig into that. Super Rick for being super at always being super super. And the whole conversation with Cynthia, like, is your Friday open? My Friday's open. I could help you. Like very much like, do you need help or do you just want to hang out? Like, so cute. The exploding arrows were really neat too, and just like the way that you dove into things, given that it's a lot more shifty and weird of a system. So that showed a lot of flexibility in highlighting narrative. And then at Cat, I'm so glad that we got to have a conversation about your mask and how Alina thinks that you're part of the witness protection program. But it was a great thing. And I like that, like, well, I am also kind of friends with you guys. So so that's why I don't want to tell you to hurt you, which was nice. And I would want to see, my wish would definitely be to see more of that, and like maybe in later sessions she can open up to some of us one time and reveal her identity. That would be a great, cool future thing to see. But glad somebody on the team is the voice of reason, because it is. The rest of us are really not it. So yeah. Thanks everybody for such a great 4 weeks. It's been a highlight of my week to look forward to.
Awesome. Well, Cisco, we'll go ahead and let you stop recording here.
I have one more wish. I want us to get a group name in some session here in the future.
Yeah, I will put that down. You guys got to name yourselves.
Yup. All right. I'll stop the recording.